Hey everybody, it's Chaplain Sal. Let's do a coffee talk. So, here with a quick message for you. There is a phrase, there's a quote that's attributed to Saint Francis of Assisi. If you don't know who Saint Francis is, he is the patron saint of nature. Well, he's associated with animals and nature. There's a famous picture of him preaching to the birds and them all coming around him to hear him preach. Anyway, there's a quote attributed to St. Francis that says, we should preach the gospel at all times, and when necessary, use words. I'll say it again. We should preach the gospel at all times, and when necessary, use words. So what does he mean by that? Well, the gospel, at least in Christian terms, is the good news. What's the good news? Jesus. So the good news should be preached at all times, and when necessary, if we have to, use words. What he's saying is our life should model the good news, not just what we say. Our actions and our words should both model the gospel, but we should actually live it. If we're only hyping it and not living it, we're doing a disservice to the good news. So, how does that pertain to us here at Bristol Glen, at our community? Well, we say that we live by a set of values as a company. How do we demonstrate that we have those values up on the wall out in the rotunda? Well, how do we actually demonstrate those values to our residents and their families and the greater community? By our actions, by how we treat our residents, how we treat our fellow associates and coworkers, how we treat our managers, how managers treat you, how we treat each other. Don't get me wrong. We all fail at that sometimes. Me included. Your manager included. We all fail at it sometimes. But the important thing is to keep trying to work at it. There's a saying that I use in my sermons a lot. Your goodness is not good enough, but God's is. Because God's goodness is good enough, we can do good. So let's do our part in the world. Let's live out our values for our residents and for our fellow coworkers. And we'll go from there. All right, guys, be excellent to each other and don't be a jerk. I'll see you next week or next time.